Days after the murders, as police prepared to arrest him, Simpson, rather than surrendering, became the subject of an unprecedented low-speed chase across Los Angeles. On June 17, millions watched live as the white Ford Bronco, carrying Simpson and driven by his friend Al Cowlings, slowly led police pursuits on freeways, transforming a criminal apprehension into a surreal public spectacle. This bizarre flight, occurring just hours after authorities issued a warrant for his arrest on double murder charges, further intensified public speculation about his guilt. Eventually, Simpson surrendered at his Brentwood estate, but the iconic chase had already cemented the case in the collective consciousness. The prosecution methodically presented its case, relying heavily on a substantial body of circumstantial evidence. They introduced DNA evidence, still a relatively new concept, in courtrooms, linking Simpson's blood to the crime scene, and the victim's blood found in his Bronco and at his estate. Further, they presented evidence of a history of domestic abuse, aiming to establish motive and a pattern of violent behavior. Crucial physical evidence included a single bloody glove found at the crime scene, and its mate discovered on Simpson's property, along with a distinct shoe print matching a rare Italian shoe owned by Simpson. The subsequent legal proceedings, officially People of the State of California v. Orenthal James Simpson, began in earnest, immediately attracting unparalleled media scrutiny. Simpson pleaded not guilty to both murder counts, setting the stage for a dramatic and lengthy trial. The prosecution team, led by Marcia Clark and Christopher Darden, faced off against a formidable dream team defense assembled by Simpson, including high-profile attorneys like Johnny Cochran Jr., Robert Shapiro, F. Lee Bailey, Alan Dershowitz, and Robert Kardashian. The courtroom became a national stage, with every development dissected by pundits and the public alike. After months of testimony and heated arguments, the jury deliberated for less than 4 hours. On October 3, 1995, the verdict was read. O.J. Simpson was found not guilty on both counts of murder. The acquittal triggered immediate and starkly divided reactions across the United States. Many white Americans expressed outrage and disbelief, viewing the verdict as a miscarriage of justice given the presented evidence. Conversely, a significant portion of the African American community celebrated, interpreting the outcome as a rare victory against a perceived racially biased justice system and a rebuke to a corrupt police force. The O.J. Simpson case left an indelible mark on American society. Simpson's life post-acquittal was fraught with legal troubles and public disdain, culminating in a 2007 arrest and subsequent conviction for armed robbery and kidnapping in Las Vegas, for which he served 9 years in prison before being paroled. The trial of the century forever changed how celebrity criminal cases are covered by the media, highlighted persistent racial tensions within the justice system, and spurred significant reforms in forensic evidence handling and courtroom procedures. Its cultural resonance endures, serving as a complex symbol of justice, race, and the pervasive power of media in modern America. Despite his acquittal in the criminal trial, the families of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman subsequently filed a civil lawsuit against O.J. Simpson for wrongful death and battery. In a civil trial, the burden of proof is lower, a preponderance of the evidence rather than beyond a reasonable doubt. In February 1997, a civil jury found Simpson liable for the deaths of Goldman and Brown, awarding the families $33.5 million in compensatory and punitive damages. This civil judgment provided a measure of justice for the victims' families, though they largely struggled to collect the substantial financial award. In response, the defense team, spearheaded by Johnny Cochran, pursued a multi-pronged strategy designed to create reasonable doubt. They challenged the integrity of the evidence collection, implying contamination or even planting by the Los Angeles Police Department. A central pillar of their defense was the accusation that Detective Mark Fuhrman, who found the second glove, was a racist who had previously used racial slurs and might have planted evidence to frame Simpson. The infamous "if it doesn't fit, you must acquit" moment, where Simpson struggled to put on the glove during a courtroom demonstration, significantly undermined the prosecution's physical evidence in the jury's eyes. The O.J. Simpson trial, often dubbed the trial of the century, captivated a nation and illuminated deep societal fissures concerning race, justice, and celebrity. On June 12, 1994, the bodies of Nicole Brown Simpson, O.J.'s ex-wife, and her friend Ronald Goldman were discovered brutally murdered outside Nicole's Brentwood condominium. The immediate focus of the investigation quickly turned to O.J. Simpson, a revered former NFL star, actor, and sportscaster, whose public image as the Juice belied a documented history of domestic violence against Nicole. The gruesome discovery set in motion a legal drama that would dominate headlines and profoundly impact American culture for years.